Flosstube. It's Caitlin with A Stitch for Mom, and welcome to my Flosstube channel. This specific video is going to be about cross stitch, but I'm going to say for 2025, I'm going to branch out a little bit and do some more content that I like to watch. So shop with me's and crafting content and things like that. Stuff to like get my creative juices flowing for 2025. That's a little bit of my goal. Want to do more of that and just do more creating. So thank you for being here. If you're new, thanks for stopping by. My name is Caitlin. I'm not gonna do a whole big update. I live in the Midwest. I live in Nebraska. I currently work in the government. Today we have a holiday because of President Carter's funeral, so I'm taking advantage of that holiday piece and going ahead and filming my Flosstube video so I can be up to date on everything. I actually have notes. It's gonna be a good video, guys. Lots of things to share. I have previous finishes. I have my whips. I have some haul. I want to go through some life updates. I have some other, stick around till the end of the video. There will be a discount code for my Etsy shop for something really cool that I have that I'm so excited to share with you if you haven't checked it out. So yeah, we have all of that going on today, so stick around. The first thing we want to do, I want to do, is talk about Flosstubers that I have been watching. I don't watch a lot of Flosstube because I don't have a ton of time. I love Flosstube. My son is obsessed with watching the ABC song, and so that's what my YouTube is filled with, is the ABC song and people doing ABC letters. So we have a huge obsession with ABCs at my house. So that's what most of my time is spent doing, but I have been checking out some really awesome videos. I was really inspired by Jessica the Sweetwater Stitcher. If you checked out my short or my Instagram reel that I posted about my DMC organizational hack that I'm starting, I'm really excited. I used her idea of how she initially organizes them, and I'm using that. My system is a little different than hers, but I'm using the same idea, so I was super inspired. I went back and watched her organizational video from like 2022 or 2023. I watched Bernadette from Burn Stitches. Her past couple videos, her planning video was great. She had a lot of great ideas. She's stitching a lot of great things, and her whip parade was really nice to watch too. Jordan the Tattooed Stitcher, I just watched her whip parade. That was really good. Check those two out. And Mrs. Jones's Stitches, if you were ever looking for some color inspiration, check out Holly's videos. Her colors, just fantastic. She uses a lot of color and cotton, so if you want some good color and cotton colors, her video is a great video to check out. She always shares great things. And then finally, Make It with Michelle. I love her videos. She and we have very similar personalities and we have very similar video styles, and I just absolutely love watching her videos. She gets a lot of stitching done. She just finished Winter Moon and it's gorgeous. So if you have not checked her out, please go do. You'll do yourself a favor. She's got some great stuff. I apologize, I'm talking with my hands a lot. We'll talk about that in life updates. But that's what I got for Flosstubers that I'm checking out. I am in a new space. You'll notice it's clean. We'll do a little life update and then I'll do the rest later. So long story short, but we just moved in October to a new house. Not new to us house, it's not new. New to us house. And we set my son up in a room. And we had my craft room upstairs, and then the downstairs was just my husband's space. So there's 4 rooms downstairs, a theater, and then like 2 bedrooms, and then a big open space. So as it's gotten colder, for whatever reason, that room that my son was in is like a really, really cold room. And we asked the owners about it because we bought it as for sale by owner. So we still have contact with the owners. And they said that it's kind of always just been that way. They've just used a space heater, which of course we can't do because he's little. And so we ended up deciding to turn that into a playroom and then move him over to my craft room, which is just a smaller room and it's just more cozy. And then we used, there's 1 bedroom downstairs, which is the room I'm in right now, that we moved all my stuff down, and I got it. I'm really working on organizing it. I'll talk to that in a little bit, but I am in a new space. So if it looks different, that's why. I do have new space going on. So let's go ahead and start talking about my previous finishes. I did bring Valentine's Day finishes. So I have decorated for Valentine's Day. I have winter decor. I haven't put it out yet because I'm waiting for my husband to put up some shelves for me, which I doubt is going to happen in time to put it out. So I'm not stressed about it, not worried. I went ahead and just put up my Valentine's Day stuff because I like Valentine's Day stitching and decor. I actually just went, if you watched my last video, I did some shop with me. I did some Valentine's Day hunting. But I will go ahead and start start with my finishes. I've got 3 to talk about. The first one is Big Hearted Tiny Town by, oh my gosh, why can't I think of her name? Heart and Hand. So I think I finished this in 2023. I was trying to think, I think I finished this in 2023. It is stitched on 32 count powder pink splash Lugana. And I used a mix of some of my own colors and some of the called for. And it is finished on this little paddle that I actually ended up getting at like a junk sale, a barn sale, a couple of years ago actually. So that's how this one is finished. I like this finish. I think it's unique. I really like it, but I don't like that it doesn't stand up on its own. So I did find a piece at Hobby Lobby on clearance that actually is very similar, but it like has like a stand at the bottom. So I might transition this series over to that piece, or my other thought is just to leave this one on here and do my other ones, because this is the only one I have finished. Then go ahead and do my other ones on that other piece. But that is kind of my idea. But that is the finish. It's so cute. Lots of people have stitched this or are stitching it. It's such a good piece. This was my first Tiny Town and I just like fell in love with it. It's so cute. All right, my next finish is, I think it's called Sweetheart Street maybe. It's Let's Go Ride a Bike. I stitched this using my own colors. Most of them are color and cotton colors. I stitched it on 28 count black Joblin. And I think I did change some things. I think I changed, I might have changed this. I might not have. The colors might have been different on these. I can't remember. I thought I did some changes in the banner. But I love these Let's Go Ride a Bikes. I was just thinking, I have all of them except for the May one. And I have stitched Valentine's Day, Halloween, and the April one. And all the rest of them I have kitted up to get started. So that is my cute little finish. This board is from Walmart a couple years ago. I don't know if they're still doing it, but they used to have like a kind of like similar to Target, a dollar section, and that's where I found this little cheese cutting board thing. But it's perfect for these pieces. So cute. Love it. All right. Next piece is, I was gonna look up the name of this and I can't remember what the name of it is. So it is, shoot, if I figure it out, I'll put it on the screen. But it is this piece. I stitched this, I might have stitched this during COVID, so it might have been 2020, maybe 2021. But it is stitched on 28 count, I was gonna say black Monaco, 28 count coffee tea dyed Monaco. And I used my own colors, and I think all these colors are actually Vintage Motto sampler thread colors because it was when I was in the club. So it definitely was in like 2020 or 2021 because I haven't been in that club for a while. And I actually used to have all of these, but I ended up selling the 4th of July one and the Christmas one because I'm just not going to stitch them. But I kept the Halloween one, and I had already stitched this one. I just got too much stash. I'm never going to make it through it all. So that is my finish. It just sits in an easel. I'm going to possibly try to do maybe just like a short video on my Valentine's Day decor. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So next we have finishes. So I do have 2 finishes to share with you today. I have one finish from 2024 and one from 2025. So we'll start with my 2024 finish. And it is Salem Mini Moon. This is my favorite finish of 2024. I am so in love with this piece. It will actually be going up in my craft room full time. I'm not ever gonna put it away. It is so cute. So I stitched this on 38 count Fuller's Teasel from Access Commodities. And I love Access Commodities. This might be my favorite linen to stitch on. I love how it's like stiff, or it's like thick, but not super stiff, which makes it different than a lot of linens. The color isn't, like that color is more accurate. Sometimes it's like washing out. It's definitely more brown than it shows a lot of the time. But I used Color and Cotton Tadpole for the green. The gray right here is Peppercorn. Then I use, Color and Cotton Peppercorn. The black is Weeks Dye Works Mascara. I used this one, this pumpkin is Color and Cotton Witch Hazel. This pumpkin is Color and Cotton Rustling Leaves. Then I ended up using the Called for DMC, so 782, 922, and 402, and 3865 I used for the white. Then I used for this dark color right here, I used Vintage Motto Sampler Threads Ginger Root. So that is kind of, see, that's kind of washing it out. It doesn't look like that. That's what it looks like. So those are the colors I used. I would like to frame this in a thin black frame, but I'm having a really hard time finding one. So, because it needs to be 4 by 4.5 or 4.5 by 5. Like, I'm okay with leaving some space. My issue is, no, I found one company, I need to do some more research, but a lot of companies that make, I don't mind framing it myself, but I need someone to make the frame, and a lot of companies will not make frames that small. So I am in a conundrum to try to find a frame. So, and I don't want a mat, I really just want it kind of just, I want it to be the focal piece. So we will see on that, but I am, that's my last finish of 2024. So my first finish of 2025 is actually also a new start. It is Be Mine by Stitching with the Housewives. And I was going to bring up, let me see. I think I have it on here. Okay, so this is my finish. It is stitched on 28 count coffee tea-dyed Monaco. And I just wanted to show you what the original was supposed to be. So it is supposed to have like reds and teals and blacks. And I did not, that's not my style for Valentine's Day. I like the vintagey pinks. So I changed this. The colors I used, the dark color is Color and Cotton Jujube. I used white or 3865 for the white. Then there are 2 different pinks, and I think you can kind of see them here. There's like a medium pink and a light pink. The medium pink is Color and Cotton Tulle, Color and Cotton Tulle, and then the lighter pink is Color and Cotton Gretel. So that's what I did. I am wanting to finish this on this pedestal that I have from Paisies and Polka Dots, like I've done my other ones. I've done them for most seasons. I ran out of sticky circles, so I have an order from Fat Quarter Shop to get some more sticky circles. And if you watched my shop with me video, I'm having a hard time finding fabric that would go with these colors. So that's one of the hard things about doing these vintagey colors is I'm really having a hard time finding some like backing fabric that will go well. I'm hesitant to buy fabric online because I just can't tell the colors, and this is just such a specific color. So if anyone has any ideas, please feel free to reach out. I probably just need to go to a quilt shop and look at the fabric, but I don't get to quilt shops very often, so I usually just buy my fabric online. So I do need to find some finishing fabric, but it doesn't matter because I don't have the finishing piece for it anyway. The other one I have that I'm probably not going to stitch this year for that roundabout series, because I'll go through my whips and I'll go through my plans, and I don't have any more Valentine's Day stuff planned for this year. The other one I have though is Bless Your Heart. So this is the other one I want to do, and I want to do it on that same fabric with the same colors. And I'm going to change it. Like, I'm not going to make this isn't going to be striped. It's just going to be a solid heart, and do some changes up in there, but just use that same color scheme, because I do have another pedestal, because I have a tall one and a small one, and I like to use them both, but I don't think I'll have time this year. But that was my finish, or those were my two finishes. I actually finished that Be Mine when I had a work trip yesterday that someone drove me, so I could stitch for a little bit. Okay, so now we're gonna go into whips. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I wrote down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one am I missing? Oh, 5. I got it. Okay, and there's gonna be a little bit of haul in this as well, since I do have some haul that I haven't shown. Okay, so my first one is, this is a piece of haul. Look at how freaking gorgeous this is. Like, just take it in. Look at this. Wild berry stitching. Her bags. Amazing. Amazing. If you can ever snag one, snag it up. And she's really fat. Last time so I have a lot of her bags, but I have 2 of the patchwork ones. My last patchwork one went on like this wild ride, and it was gone for a really long time and we couldn't find it. But this one came right away, so it's all good. It wasn't her fault. It was the postal service. It was, you know how it goes. But this piece holds my Christmas present from my brother and sister. So I got Comfort and Joy for Christmas, and I am so excited. So I just sent a link to my brother and sister, and I said, hey, if you haven't gotten me anything, I would like this. And I said, you can even go on it together. And they did, and they got it for me, and I'm so excited. I absolutely love it. So they did give me the 36 count fabric. And this was my new year, new start. So this is my first start of 2025. And it is on 36 count baked clay. And this is what I've gotten done. So I only worked on this maybe for like an hour and a half on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, because I went and took like a 2-hour nap. But it looks so pretty. I love it. I really want to get this finished this year, preferably. I want to get it finished before Christmas. Sorry, I've got like 2 lights going on here. Maybe that'll work. Oh yeah, look at how nice that looks. So I'm using all the called for. Nothing out of the ordinary. The colors are gorgeous if you haven't seen them. And I just want to say, this is the first time I've been able to get one of these kits, and it's only because someone bought it for me. Normally this is not, I would not spend that money on this, just to clarify. I just have it as a gift. So I used to feel kind of bad. I mean, I still do kind of feel bad when people are like, oh yeah, I got this, I got this, I got this. Because I just don't have the ability to do that. So I just want to clarify, this was a gift. It's gorgeous and I absolutely love it, and I really, really wanted it. But I also think that if you don't got it or get it, you can wait until it comes out next year. Like, that's what I was going to do. I wasn't going to go out of my way. If they didn't want to buy it for me, that's absolutely fine. I would just wait until it came out. But this is different also. I also felt better about this versus like having like a mystery. I don't like half the stuff that come in those mystery boxes, or I don't use half of it. So I don't really see a point in it for me. But these are the Fancy Floss colors. So pretty. Ooh. And then it also came with the DMC. It was all packaged real nice. Sorry. It's like a 5-page chart, but I'm really excited about it. So I'll probably get this back out. I kind of want this to be like my July focus for Christmas in July. So we'll see about that. I'll put that down there. Okay. Whew. I stitched that on New Year's Day. On New Year's Eve, I finished Salem Mini Moon, and I also pulled out my fox, which I did want to get this finished this year, but I might just have to, I don't know. I did get a lot done. So I stitched this on New Year's Eve. And I'm using the called for colors. I'm stitching on 28 count Mirage. So I got the black done, like started going up, and then I started working on that tail. I want to finish this in a frame. I don't know what type of frame yet, but I want to finish them all in a frame. I think an 8x10 would work for these, but I'm not positive. But I really wanted to get at least one done before she comes out with the new set. Yeah, so finished it would be 7 1/8 by 9 1/4. So I'd probably work in an 8x10. I just was really like, I don't have a lot of space right there. So, but my guess is that it would work in an 8x10. Anyway, she's coming out with that more or something, I don't know, in June. So I have to like prepare myself. These designers coming out with all this good stuff. I had a Christmas Day start. So I didn't stitch on this very much, but my Christmas Day start was Christmas Swan with Thy Needle and Thread. I'm using my own colors. I can pull out what I've got so far. I am stitching this on 36 count Aruba Soft from Color and Cotton. And this is my progress. That is, color is really true. I've only stitched on this one day, just on Christmas Day, or Christmas Day, yeah, I started this Christmas Day. I am using, my darker green is Winter Spruce. My lighter green is Peace on Earth. The red I'm using is Clara from Color and Cotton. All these are Color and Cotton so far. And then the white is Pearl White. I do have this Crazy Browns in here, which is a vintage Motto sampler thread, but I haven't used it yet, so I don't know if I am going to use it. I think that the only thing that is brown are like the tree stumps. So we'll see. But it's really pretty. I love it. I probably will put it away for a while, but okay, the second to last thing I worked on is Hen and Chicks. So I am wanting to do this. I was back and forth on whether I wanted to stitch this for spring or stitch this for like my everyday farmhouse that I have going on also. So I decided I think I want to do it for my everyday farmhouse. So this is Hen and Chicks by With Thy Needle and Thread. This was a start from my Advent stitching. This is stitched on 36 count Buttermilk from Color and Cotton. I stitched on this last Friday because I was home alone. Wasn't home alone, but my husband was busy, so it was like I was home alone. But this is what I have done. I'm a little hesitant about that white, but I also think it makes it look vintagey, and you can really see it up close. It's just like from far away you can't see it very well, but I really like this fabric, so I think I'm just going to stick with it. So I got a little chick right there, and I got more of the vine. It's not a very big piece, so I think I will have it done once I'm done with my Valentine's Day stitching. But I can pull the colors I'm using. Okay, so I am using, these are the colors I've pulled. I'm definitely using this, which is River Stones, for the dress. Again, I'm using that Clara. I have another skein of it. These are for the red berries. I'm using Tadpole for the green. And then I have all of these whites for the chickens. So I'm using Macrame is what Mama Chick is going to be in. It's like a little like brownish pinkish white. I'm pretty, yeah, because it's like a more of a dirtier white. Then let's see, white sands is what the apron is in because it needs to be like a little bit more white. Then my first chick I made was in cozy sweater. So I don't know, you probably can't see on here, but all these chicks are charted in like different colors. So I just pulled 3 different whites, and I don't think, oh, this is different. I just pulled different whites. I'm also going to use this macrame that I've already used. So I pulled these other 2 whites just to make some other chickens different colors. And then I pulled this toasted marshmallow for the little seeds that are on the ground. And then I pulled used brick for the little stuff on top. That just needs to be a little bit more of a darker, not as bright red. So that is what I used on that, or I am using so far. I'll let you know if I change it, but that is what I'm doing so far. All right, my last whip that I've worked on is Be Mine. I was working on this last night, so it is Be Mine by Stitching with the Housewives. This is a whip from a while ago, a couple years ago. I can't remember when, but I am determined to get it finished this year. So it was part of I worked on it during my Advent stitching, so I did get a good portion of it done, so that I was in a good place for it. And after I finished the other Be Mine last night, I decided to pull this one back out. So this is on 32 count powder pink splash, like my Tiny Town was, and this is the progress I have. So I got the bee skept done last night, which was huge. Now I just gotta do these flowers. I did severely mess up on this flower in this section. Like, I am way off. Like, I had to rewatch my videos because I know I talked about it in my last one of my videos, so I had to rewatch it to see, like, what was even going on here. But I'm just completely messed up. So I got to completely mess up on this side to match it. But I know how to do it now. Like, I know what I'm doing. I am not going to include the chickens on here. I'm actually just going to replace the chickens with maybe 2 bees. I'm going to try to do the 2 bees instead. But I will hopefully have this done soon. Yeah, I look forward to having it done. I can run through my colors. So I'm using Ferris Wheel from Color and Cotton. That is the like pink red color for the roses. I'm using Acrobat for the green. Queen Bee is the yellow, and then Ye Olde Gold is the darker color. I already put it away because I'm done with it in the chart, but it's the one that's called for. And then I'm just using 310 and 3865 for the other 2 colors. So, and this is in my 805 stitcher bag. And those are all the whips that I have, that I've worked on. I have not done a lot of stitching. I have been like organizing. I'll talk about it when I get to my life update. Anyway, so now into haul. For haul, I don't have a ton. The one I already showed, the 2 things I already showed you. I do have an order from the Silver Needle from their New Year's Eve sale that will be coming. I just got notification that it's going to be shipped, so I'm super excited about that. I'll share that when it gets here. Then I did buy 2. I got a gift card for Christmas from my friends, and so I went ahead and bought some fabric with it. So I bought Jasper, which is a 28 count Jasper Lugana, which is a Picture This Plus, and it looks orangey, but it's actually a really pretty pink. And I have this idea for it, and I'll show that in my plans coming up. But this is really pretty. And the other thing I got, which I would never buy unless I had a gift card, is I bought baked clay, but I bought like a full yard of it. So what I want to do with this is, this is what my Comfort and Joy is stitched on. So there is another Plum Street. It's the Rejoice one, I think is what it's called. I have it. It's the red brick house one with the Christmas. I want to stitch that on this baked clay and have them be partners. Especially because they both have song verses on them, so I think it'd just be so pretty. And they finally had this in stock, and I was like, you know what? I'll use it. So I went ahead and got it. So those are my 2 pieces of haul. my big pieces of haul. I do want to talk about my plans coming up, some things I've kitted, some things I want to get started, and then kind of like my 2025 goals, I guess. Sorry, there's a lot in this video, guys. Usually my videos are short and sweet. It's because I planned. Look at me. So, little plans for 2025. I want to take a break from buying cross-stitch patterns because I have so many, I'm not ever going to be able to stitch them all. So, I know I've said this year after year after year, but I really just need to like go through my stash and be inspired by what's in my stash. So I might be doing some video series on that as well, just like giving you some inspiration for charts that you might already have and some ideas. But I really, really, really want to work towards, I have a lot of stuff to stitch. I really need to stitch it. That being said, you will see haul from my silver needle because that was on January 31st. I was smart. Or December 31st. I was smart. Okay. But from here on, I think I'm going to really try to cut back on just buying stuff this year in terms of my patterns. Now, I will buy floss. I will buy fabric. I will, you know, buy finishing stuff. Like, that's not ending. I do reserve the right to buy Plum Street Samplers Autumn Moon when it comes out because I've been waiting for that piece. And we'll see what With a Needle and Thread comes out. Like, those are my two designers that I'm just like, ugh, I have to have them. But I also have so many of their patterns that I haven't stitched yet. So, we'll see. I do have a Plum Street Samplers coming from the Silver Needle that I'm super excited about because if you're an Outlander fan, I'm going to take the George and Martha piece that she made and I'm going to make it a Claire and Jamie piece. And I'm so excited. So many ideas. So like really just focusing on what I already have, what is already out there, you know, trying to stay away from sales, things like that. So I will go through one focus piece I really want to work on is my Spring Moon. So I'm just going to show you this again because I really just need to see it for some inspiration. So this is Spring Moon from Plum Street. I started this last March. I kind of wanted to get it done by March, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But I would just like to make some more progress on it. So I'm stitching this on 38 count Access Commodities Druid Blue. And I'm stitching this one in it, and then I'm also gonna stitch Summer Moon in the same blue. And then Winter Moon, I'm stitching in a, like, it's called Sea Serpent from Access Commodities. It's like a gray. And then I need to see, when Autumn Moon comes out, I need to see what it looks like to determine what fabric I'm gonna use. So there's that. This is a big focus. I really wanna work through that. Then I pulled some charts that I have been wanting to stitch, but I just haven't gotten inspired to stitch or been able to stitch. So one of them is my April monthly weigh-in. That's why I bought this Jasper fabric, because I would like to stitch it on this Jasper, and then I want to change the pink flowers. I'm actually going to change to Cottage Daisies. So, okay, so see the pink flowers? I'm going to change those to Cottage Daisies. I'm going to use, I pulled 4-leaf clover to see if I can find a match, because obviously this is all I have left of it. And then I have lettuce leaf and puddle jumping. I'm probably going to go with, I might go with lettuce leaf. We'll see. I might find a different color. The main thing, and I'm going to change the bunnies. The bunnies are going to be like a lighter color. I'll keep these bunnies white, but so that is one thing I do want to get started. That's why I bought this new Jasper. I also want to start the March one. So March, I'm going to stitch on Pansy from Picture This Plus. And then I think I want to use this puddle jumping as that blue color. We'll see. I haven't actually officially pulled colors for this yet. But that's something I want to stitch. I want to stitch this in February. I want to start this in February. So I did a little research on the Salem Witch Trials. And I found out that the Salem Witch Trials, I can't remember what year it was, but they started in February. So I thought, well, this would be a cool February start, just to start this. So if you want to join me, I probably started on February 1st. Salem sampler. I'm actually stitching it with all the called for. I got all the called for DMC. I have the called for fancy floss either in my bag or coming from Shepherd's Bush. And then I'm doing, not Shepherd's Bush, but the Silver Needle. And then I'm stitching it on the called for 36 count Gallows, or Gallow Hill from Needle and Flax. I've never stitched on a Needle and Flax, so I'm kind of excited about it. See how that goes. But I think I'm gonna start that on February 1st. So you are welcome to join me if you want to. It's so cute. I have no plans on when I'm gonna finish it. I just wanna start it. Another one I want to start that I just got the rest of the DMC for is Float by Plum Street. This is actually a new chart I just got not too long ago. I'm going to stitch this on Russian Tea Cake, 38 count Russian Tea Cake from Access Commodities. It's just a really, really pretty light. And I just pulled, it's charted in DMC, so I just pulled the DMC or got it today. What I didn't have. All right. Another piece that I really have wanted to stitch for a while is Robin Pickens Robin's Spring. So this is, I have stitched this summer. It's the Blue Jay. I don't remember what it's called. But I went ahead and pulled all, and it's all charted in DMC. So I went ahead and pulled the DMC. Promise it looks better than what it's showing right now. And I pulled, I'm not sure, but I pulled Legacy. I pulled 28 count Legacy Lulana to stitch it on. I'm not positive. I do like it because it's very warm. But the frame that I originally bought isn't really going to match it. But I don't know if I necessarily need to match the frame or if I could paint the frame or do something with it. So we'll see. That's something I want to start. For my craft room, I would really, really, really like to start. So this is not available. It is, sometimes Abby Sue Designs has commissions open and you can commission stuff from her. I've done 2 of them and I'm going to do another one once it opens back up. I love Abby Sue Design stuff. I'm so bummed that a lot of her stuff got taken down, but she still has some great stuff on her Etsy. I'll link it below. She's such a great designer. It's gorgeous. So what I want to do is I want to stitch. I got her to commission me Claire and Jamie from Outlander, and I want to stitch Claire from season 2. So I pulled all the DMC I need. I just haven't decided what fabric. So I was trying to decide if I wanted to do a Fabrics by Stephanie where she has the Outlander themed fabric, or if I just kind of want to do a neutral. I do have these. It's a spoon and fork, but they're like old portrait, like they look like old portraits. So I want to finish them in these and then put them on my wall. I'm really excited about them. Let me show you Jamie. Just so cute, always. Always so cute. Her stuff. Here is Jamie. I might redden his hair a little bit more. But yeah, so cute. So, I do want to start those. I just haven't decided what fabric I want, but I did get my DMC. I have, oh, that's not the one I wanted. This is the one I wanted. This is Summer Moon, which I'm not ready for yet. I have Spring Things of the Season. I got the kit. I wasn't in the club, but once it came out, sometimes Fat Quarter Shop has kits left over. So I got the kit. So I have everything I need. I do not stitch on Black Monaco. I do not like it at all. I much prefer Black Joblin, so I sold my Black Monaco, and I have Black Joblin in here, and then I have the colors. So this is actually already all kitted up. So I just need to start it. I finished this summer one. Oh, this does have 4-leaf clover in it. Huh. Maybe I'll borrow it. I finished the summer one last year, and I bought the fall one off Stash Unload. Someone was getting rid of it. But I did not buy the kit, so I just have the pattern. And then I did not buy the winter one. And I think that's okay. I don't think I would stitch it. So, I think that's fine. So that is what I want to get working on. Last one stitched up really fast, so we'll see. The last one I have in here is my grandma's candy dish from With a Needle and Thread. So I pulled this, which is the Color and Cotton Boardwalk, but I think it's going to be too light. So I might end up stitching this on that baked clay. That might look good because I really want that white candy dish to pop. But I haven't pulled colors or anything like that for this piece yet. But I do want to start this piece. This was the one from last year that I didn't get done. I got the other ones done. All right. Let's see. Oh, okay. So a little bit of life updates. I have been to the doctor a couple times, and I finally figured out why I have such a hard time. And I am really working on coming up with ways to help myself. So I did yeah, I just have to figure out how my brain works and how it's different, and I just got some answers that I was really needing. So I'm really glad I went, and I spoke up for myself, and I am finally starting to feel a little bit better, which is great. That being said, I now have strategies to help myself stay organized, and I'm super excited about moving my craft room because it felt like a fresh start, and I have worked really hard to come up with some organizational things that will work for me. And I will do a tour once it's all ready. It's just not all ready yet. One big thing for me, so if you have ADHD or anything like that, I read this really good book, and it was like coping with ADHD, and like ways. I'll have to figure out what it was. I might link it below. It's really interesting because she just gave life hacks on things that made so much sense to me and I had never thought about before. So one of the big things is open containers. So if I have to put something away, any barrier between me and putting it away is going to create an extra step, and my brain doesn't want to do that. So if you struggle like I do, taking the lids off of things, life changer. So for example, I have these cute little jars that hold buttons and my, I can't think what these are called, and a couple other things, and they used to have lids on them, and every time I'd have to put one in, I'd have to unscrew the lid, put it in, screw it back on. I just took the lids off. And now they're still contained in here, but it's way easier for me just to put things away. I was telling my husband about that, and he was like, that is so stressful. Why would you do that? I was like, your brain doesn't work like mine. So, just things like that. So I will be sharing those once I get my whole craft room done. I'm super excited about it. And yeah, the other thing that I'm so excited for is if you have not checked out my Instagram or my Etsy, so this is where you're going to want to stay tuned for the discount code. So I have created a cross stitch whip tracker. Cross stitch whip tracker that is for sale in my Etsy shop. It's $4.95, but it's the only whip tracker. Like, you won't have to buy it every year or anything like that. I'm talking really fast because I'm excited. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna give you a preview of it. I'm gonna try to do it with my camera. We'll see how it goes. So I'm just gonna give you a quick preview. I'm not gonna go into quite like super big depth on it, but just so you kind of know how it works, and if you would be interested in it. Then I'll give you a sneak peek of the other thing I'm working on that's a little bit more labor intensive for me, but I think it'll be really nice for you and everyone else in the long run. once I get everything I need to get. All right, I had to switch to my phone, so hopefully this will work. So this is my cross stitch whip tracker. So this is how it works. It's a digital way for you to keep track of your whips. The directions are on here, but I just kind of want to show you some ins and outs of it. So there is a dashboard, and the dashboard, you put your pattern name and the designer, and then it'll automatically do your whip count for you. If your whip count is, I think, under 87. So if you have more than 87, you might have to reach out if you do get this, and how we can change the code for you, like the coding, but it'll also break down your whips by designer, so you can see all the designers here that I've been stitching. I have the most with I needle and thread pieces at 14. This is how I've been keeping track of what I'm doing. So what you do is there's an example sheet, and this just has some things that you might want to keep track of. So pattern, designer, what the count is, or stitch count, when you started it, when you finished it, your goal, the photo that goes with it, fabric count, color, designer, just some things that you might want to know. So like the only reason I knew what I was doing with the Salem mini moon is because I had this out in front of me, so I knew exactly what I was stitching and what I was using. So for example, if I go to Be Mine, so what you would do is you would make a copy. So you would duplicate the sheet for as many times as many whips that you have. So I haven't done all my whips yet, but it is there for me to do. So let's look at Be Mine. So Be Mine, the pattern, the designer, I just took this off the chart. I put information in on when I started it, what my goal was, but when I actually finished it, my fabric count I used, information, what floss I used, how I want to finish it. You can put your date stitched up here, anything extra notes. So like on my other Be Mine, I might put C Flosstube number so-and-so for how to fix this. I added a photo in here. Okay, so this is all what things you can do on this piece. So then you can click back to your dashboard, and it'll actually take you back to here. So what you can do is you can link all of your sheets to this form. So I want to go see my Salem mini moon, so I'm going to click it, and it'll open right to where my Salem mini moon is. I have Salem mini moon finished, so it's no longer a whip, and I want to take it out of my whips. What you can do is you can print this specific page. So I want to print it. I want to make sure I have fit to page, and I can click next, and I can print just this page for my records, and then I can delete the sheet and delete it off my whip count, because then I have my records. Wherever you keep your records, I know where they're at. I have all this information, so if I ever have to go back and look at it, I know it, but it doesn't have to stay in my whip tracker. So that is the whip tracker that you can get at my Etsy shop, linked below, and I will tell you the discount code. Hopefully that worked and it wasn't too bouncy or anything like that. The cross stitch whip tracker is available for you to purchase on my Etsy shop. It is $4.95, but if you use the code Flosstube, you will get a discount. So I will go ahead and get that set up. So if you do use that code, you will receive a discount on this. Again, it's not something you need to buy over and over again. You just need to buy it once, and you keep track of everything. I'm super excited. For me, 2025 is the year of organization. We're gonna get it done. The other thing that I really need to organize is my stash. So I am currently working on, I'm just gonna work on opening it right now. I am working on a stash organizer. So what that looks like is it's pretty intense. So let me pull it up. This is what I want. Okay, so this is not finished yet. It's still a rough draft. I'm not putting it for sale yet. You will know when it's for sale. I just wanted to put it out there and let you guys see it. There's a lot of coding I still need to do for it, but I'm gonna go ahead and share it with you, just a preview. It'll be now. Okay, so welcome to the Cross Stitch Stash Organizer. This is a prototype. It is not done, so it may look different once it's all said and done, but this is the dashboard. The dashboard keeps track of your stash, your whips, your what you want to buy, and your finished pieces. I also have a place, this is a place that I will tell you about for fabric, for floss type, and then the project status. So this is kind of what the first one looks like. The next piece would be designers. So these are all the designers I could pull that I was aware of. One thing to note is there are options at the bottom for you to add your own designers if you would like. So that is, there are 12 placeholders for you to put your own. If they're on my list, then you can put your whips here. So if I were to put a whip here, so I'm just going to do a test. And then you can go here, and this drop down will give you all the designers that I have on that list. Then you can put your start date. Okay, so then if I go to my dashboard, now my whip count is up to 3. It was originally 2, now it is 3. So it will count your whips. The same with your stash. So I have my pattern name. I'm going to do just some numbers on here to show you. Once you go to your dashboard, it'll show, wow, I have 3 stash. So it'll kind of count all those things for you. Now, with your stash, it'll also break it down by designer. So it'll tell you how many patterns of what designer you have. So in this test, I obviously have the most of this one I can't pronounce. And then you go to the to buy. So this is just like for market or something. You can put what patterns you want to get, what designer they are, and then where they're purchased, or the price. And then the price will actually come up with the total cost right here. So you'll kind of know for budgeting purposes what you want to buy. And then you can also click if they're purchased, and then or the website that you want to link them to. And then finally you have your finished pieces. So you can put down what patterns you finished, what the finished date, or maybe the year that you finished them in the designer. Now, one thing to note is when you're doing this, I worked really hard to try to figure it out, but there's no way to do it, is let's say I finish a whip. What you would want to do is go ahead and delete it off here. So I would want to go ahead and delete or backspace, and then it would take it off my whip count. So now my whip count is back down to 2. Then I want to put it back on my finishes. So then I would just retype it on my finishes with the finished date and the year, and then it would show up on my finishes. The other thing I'm doing is I'm listing out every DMC color. So that is something I'm working on. And then there will be a place for you to know what column the DMC is on the card, how many you own, and then whether it's in a project or not in a project. So that way, if I'm pulling for floss, I can just click Control F. I can search in the number I want, so 166, and it'll take me there, and it'll show me how many I own, what column it's in, and if it's in a project or not. So I might have to buy a new copy. So that's how that works. The other thing I have is with Fancy Floss. So I'm doing the same thing. So I've listed almost all the classic colorworks. This is what I'm talking about. It's a big project. And then I will have a place for you to put how many numbers you have, and then whether it's used in a whip or not. Same with Color and Cotton, Weeks, Dye Works, Gentle Arts. I have left a place here for you to choose if you want to do vintage vinyl stamped threads, or if you have silks or anything like that you want to include. There's that place there. And then I'm still working on fabric, but here is what I've designed so far. You have a place to put the fabric dyer, a place to put what color it's called, and what count it is. You'll notice from that drop down, these are all from that first page where I showed you. And then you can mark whether you've used it or not, or if it's in use. And then this will actually tell you how many like fiber on a whim fabrics you have, how many Color and Cotton, picture this plus, and then it also tell you your fabric count. So what you have the most count of and things like that. So this is going to be called the Cross Stitch Stash Organizer. Honestly, it might be a little bit more than $4.95 because there's a lot more work that has gone into this. And again, it's not done yet, but I will let you know as soon as it is available. I just want to make sure I have everything secured before I put it out there for you to purchase. I'm starting to lose my voice. I've been talking so much today. So hopefully you're excited about the Cross Stitch Stash Organizer. I'm really excited. I had a lot of fun kind of designing it and coming up with ways that it could best be served for the cross stitch community. I have a couple people trying it out just to see, and I'm super excited. So I will let you know once this one is in my Etsy shop, but right now my whip tracker is currently in my Etsy shop for $4.95. If you use the code Flosstube, you will get a discount. So if you are interested, please check that out. And if not, I'm tired. I think I'm done. I don't think I have anything else. This is a very long video for me. You're like, who are you? It's 2025. It's 2025, Caitlin. Anyway, I hope that you guys have a fantastic rest of your day and weekend. And I'm probably going to post this on Friday, but I will probably be back hopefully on the 24th. We'll see. I'm going to try every 2 weeks. If I have enough content. We'll see. There'll be other videos sprinkled here and there, so be looking for those as well. But until next time, have a happy stitching, and make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks.